Hey, Kevin here with another Flippin' Dork Flips and Finds video where I show you different items to pick up really cheap, thrifting, and garage selling, and I sell online. A lot of stuff on eBay, and for bigger items I want to do locally, I do on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And anyway, this week starts off pretty slow. It's kind of a slow weekend. One item that actually sold over the weekend, but they didn't pay for it until last night, was this. I'll show it to you again real quick. It's the Xbox 360, The Simpsons game. So they bought it. It's going to go international somewhere, so I'm sending it to a place in, I think this one is going to Los Angeles to some shipping company. And then from there, I don't know where it's going. But anyway, it sold for, I got it for $1 at I think it was a garage sale. And it sold for $21.95 free shipping. So that's pretty good turnaround. Okay, the other item is a little weird. All right, so I had a guy, well, let me back up. I had these two shirts I bought last fall, a long time ago. I don't even remember where I got them. It was either at Goodwill for $3.50 each, or they were at garage sales for $2 each. I don't remember. I've had them listed a long time. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm just not into selling clothes anymore. I'll sell interesting stuff, but not. This is, I thought was interesting at the time, but it's not that great. So I just dropped the price on everything to get rid of them. Well, I've had them forever. I've had them almost a year, and they're just now getting interest. So I dropped the price so low. One was down to $9.95. The other was down to $7.95, something like that. Anyway, a few days ago, I had a guy ask me for dimensions on this shirt. So I put them in the listing. I even take pictures of my shirts with a tape measure across them so people can actually see for themselves. But there was a certain dimension that he wanted to know. So I measured it for him, sent it to him, and he sounded interested. Okay, so then earlier yesterday, he contacted me. He's like, hey, could you do a combined shipping deal if I bought this purple shirt and this teal shirt? They're both pearl snap, kind of Western style, different brands. This one is Canyon Guide Outfitters. This one's Eli Cattleman. He's like, if you combine both, would you do them for $15 plus shipping? And I'd pay the shipping. I was like, sure, I can do that for you. So instead of changing the listing and all that, I just made a new one to make it easier. So made a listing, a real terrible listing, just a picture of each shirt and what they were. That was it, no details, hoping that no one else would be interested in this. And then what I did is, as soon as I got that listing up, I messaged him the link to go check it out, and then I waited. And then probably within half an hour, I heard my phone, cha-ching. I look at it, and someone else bought this shirt off of the old listing. So I was like, okay, now, great. Now this guy wanted both of these shirts, and this one sold to someone else. What am I going to do? So then he contacts me. He's like, hey, I can't find that link. What's the deal? And I was like, well, I put it up, and I put them both together, $15 plus shipping. And then, talk about terrible timing, someone come in and bought the other shirt you're interested in. So then he contacted me back. He's like, hey, you should tell them to cancel the order, and because I had dibs on it and all this kind of stuff. So that was like late last night, probably like midnight or something. I was like, I'm going to go to bed and think about this. So I wake up today. I'm like, no, this guy was just too late. He didn't get to it. I'm not going to risk a possible negative feedback and telling the person, hey, I don't want to sell the shirt to you. Some other guy was thinking about buying it. It's like, yeah, right. That's not going to happen. So I just told him, I was like, no, sorry, I can't do that. But if you're interested, I can drop the price on this shirt a little bit. And, if you're interested, buy it. If not, whatever. I didn't exactly word it like that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sell this to the first person. It sold for $9.95 plus shipping. So they also paid $4.10 shipping. So that's a little over $14 for this shirt. If the guy is interested in this one, just to get rid of it, I'll do it cheap. I told him I would do it for $9.95 free shipping, hoping to make him kind of happy, even though he kind of lost out on a deal. And whatever, I get rid of it. After fees and shipping, I'll probably make $2 on it or something like that. Nothing very good at all. Whatever, just get rid of it. So anyway, kind of a weird weird start to the week, but hopefully the rest of the week's not like that. And I'm going to go send these off. And then a guy just called right before I shot this video, and he is interested in my RCA stereo for his shop. Now, I got to say, of all of the, kind of 90s stereos I bought, the big box in the middle and the two speakers on the sides, this is the nicest one I found. It's in the nicest shape. It sounds the best. I think it sounds way better than that Bose system I bought and sold a while back. That Bose system I got at Goodwill for $100. It sold for like $4.85 or something like that. This one I bought for $10. I was hoping to get like $120 because I've sold them around $100 or $120. Nothing happened. Dropped the price down to $95, down to $75. Finally had it down to $60, hoping I could get at least $50 or so. Well, this guy called and he offered me $40. I thought about it. I considered countering, but I was like, I'll just sell it. That's still a profit. I'll still make $30. That's fine. So when I go mail these off, I'm gonna go take them. Apparently his shop is right next to that gas station I meet people at all the time anyway. So I'll take it over there and he'll pay me the $40. I'll make 30 off of it and whatever, you know, I'll just move on to the next stuff. I'm ready to get rid of a lot of stuff downstairs as well and reconsider my local purchases. I want to start getting a little bit higher priced local items as well, because I've noticed lately they have slowed down in sales a little bit. So I need to get better quality stuff that will go for a little bit higher price. So anyway, that is the start of the week. It's a little strange, but not too bad. So anyway, we'll see what else happens this week. Here's that stereo I was talking about. It's a, let's see here, RCA, where is it? There we go. An RCA digital audio system RS3531. 5-disc changer, 2 cassette players, AM, FM. It's a little outdated, but man, that thing sounds great. It still has the remote, has the manual, and even the antenna. So anyway, like I said, I got it at a garage sale for $10. I was hoping to get a lot more out of it, at least 50, 60, 70 bucks. But the guy offered 40, and I'm just going to take it because I'm trying to clear out a lot of my local stuff. So, oh well, it'll be 30 bucks. So I'm going to take it over there, and hopefully he's happy with it. Alright, so now it's the next day. Yesterday I took the stereo over to the guy. It was raining, but he did buy it. I had to take it into his building. He works like this big welding shop, and hooked it up. And I was having issues because I had tested that. I know it all worked, but I couldn't remember how to work all the buttons. So then whenever we got it all hooked up and we were wanting to test it out, I looked like a bumbling fool because I didn't know how to use any of the buttons, and it kept going to CD player, and the CD changer was opening up, and he thought it was broke. I knew it worked though. I finally got it shut down and I was able to get the remote to do it, turned it to the radio station he wanted, and then cranked that thing up, and it just blasted music in that building, and he was happy with it. So he paid me the 40 bucks. I made $30 off of that, which is okay, but it's a shame because, like I said, that was probably the nicest stereo I've picked up. It was one of the cheapest ones. I should have got way more money out of it, but I didn't. So, oh well. I'd still made pretty decent money off of it. Okay, also I had a couple of sales last night, and then also today. I told you the story about the guy that wanted to buy this purple shirt, and he offered to buy a teal one if I did combined shipping. And after I made the offer and sent it to him, someone else bought the teal shirt. Well, he got back with me, and he was okay with the deal I made with him where he could buy this for $9.95 and free shipping. So it sold. And I couldn't find a record of where I bought this. I'm pretty sure it was a garage sale for $2. But I've had it for so long, I don't even have a record of it. So I'm just going to consider it a personal item. But I'm pretty sure I paid $2 for it. Sells for $9.95. I'm going to pay shipping. The last one that I just sent out was, what was it, $3.50 to send out, or $2.66, somewhere around there, $3 to $4. And there's going to be some fees. So when it's all said and done on this thing, I'll make like $2 on it or something. But whatever, got rid of it, and I'm not going to be buying a whole lot more clothing like that. Okay, next item that sold is this right here. Xbox 360 Spider-Man. This is a Spider-Man Edge of Time, and this was a pretty good sale as well. I got this the same garage sale where I got the Simpsons game I just sold. What was it, yesterday, day before, something like that. I paid $1 for each one. Simpsons game sold for $21.95. This one sold for $18.95. I've noticed video games, if you look on eBay and they are selling in the comps for about 13, 14, 15 and higher, they sell pretty quickly. If they're under that, like maybe $12 mark, sometimes it takes a while. So that seems to be kind of the point of desirableness, I guess, where you know it's probably going to be a good sale. So if I see one and I know it's worth at least like 14, 15 bucks or higher, I will probably buy it as long as it's cheap enough. Now I'm not going to spend $5 on one to sell for 15, but if I see a video game for like $2, $1, and it'll sell for 15, pretty good idea it might actually go pretty quickly. That seems to be a good price point. So anyway, that sold pretty quick. Okay, the last time it sold, this is another one of those. It's still, none of these have met my $30 minimum I've been trying to do, but the last two here were pretty quick sellers. So this is another Bop It. All right, this is the, I'll have to count them up. I don't know, the 5th or 6th or 7th one I've sold. I've sold a bunch of these. Every single one I've bought has been, I think, $1 or cheaper. This one was 50 cents. I've bought them for 25 cents. I've bought them for $1. And they all sell really well. At first, I was kind of testing them out, and I was trying to put them up for like 15 plus shipping, 17 plus shipping, 19 plus shipping, trying to figure it out. But the last 4, I think I've sold now, I just put at $25 free shipping, and they've all sold relatively quickly. That makes me think they're probably underpriced, and maybe, I don't know, I haven't even been looking at what other people are selling them. I just know if I get a Bop It cheap enough and put it at $25, it sells pretty quick. So maybe I'm losing out on a little money, I'm not sure. But anyway, I've sold a bunch of these, so I always make sure they work. I make sure they're not too scratched up. And then list them, put them at priority shipping in one of the free post office shoe boxes you can get. They're really easy to send out. They always weigh the same. They're always 1 pound 4 ounces. And they're usually, depending on how far it goes, anywhere from about 7 to maybe 9 something shipping. I don't think I've ever had one over $10 shipping. So it's not like an amazing return. You know, he sells for 25, and let's say it's about $9 shipping, you know, on the high end, plus $1 to buy it. So you're down to $15, plus there's going to be some fees. Basically, you'll make about half of your money. You'll probably make like 12, 13 bucks. But it's kind of easy like a calculator. I've said this many times, but they don't make amazing money. Some of them don't, but they sell quickly and they're easy to ship out, so I'll do them anyway. So any Bop Its I find, as long as they're really cheap, $2 and under, I will keep buying them and flipping them, even though they don't make my 30 bucks. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get labels for these, ship them out, and then who knows what else will sell this week. All right, so it's Thursday, and I had a couple of sales on eBay. First one here is in a box I made up from 2 shoe boxes, free from the post office. This is a Pletcher bike rack. It's a vintage aluminum bike rack. I pulled off of one of the bikes I have. I don't remember which one now, but anyway, I think it's the green Schwinn mountain bike I have outside that still has not sold, although there's someone interested in it, possibly to come check it out this weekend. Anyway, I think I got it at Goodwill, and it was, what, $10 or $15 maybe, somewhere around there, 10 or 15 bucks. I looked at it as if I sold the bike rack, then the bike is free and pure profit, or when the bike sells, then this becomes just a free thing to sell on eBay. Either way, it's pretty good money for what it is. It's easy to ship. And anyway, it sold for $18.95 plus $10.15 shipping. And I wrote that down wrong up here, but that's basically, what, like $29, somewhere around there. So that's not too bad, and I have $0 in it. Next item it sold is actually a really, really good one. It's this right here. This is a vintage Kenner Knit-O-Matic automatic knitting machine toy from 1967. The graphics were really cool. The coloring was really cool. That's what drew my eye. I found it at a church rummage sale, and it was only $2. So I kind of figured for $2 to give it a shot, just because it's interesting. I didn't really get internet service when I was inside the basement of that church, so I couldn't look it up. I had a feeling it probably had value. It had to have more value than $2. So hey, I'd buy it. It could be kind of cool and you know, neat graphics. Maybe someone out there would want it. And I got home, looked it up, and I was surprised it had a lot more value than I thought. So anyway, it sold for $59.95 plus $9.71 shipping, which is a total of $69.66, and it is going to go overseas, and it sold through eBay's global shipping program, so I'm just going to ship it to Kentucky, and then from there it moves on to wherever in the world it's going. So I thought that was really cool. It actually sold a lot faster than I thought. I figured this was going to be one of those items I'd hold on to forever, and for $2 I just at some point have to donate it and whatever, but I was surprised. It actually sold really well, so that's pretty cool. So now I have probably about 15 or 20 minutes to get these ready to take to the post office before they close. So let me go take care of that real quick. Alright, so I did some garage selling this weekend. I actually went out on Friday and I found some good stuff. And then today, Saturday, there was no new garage sales really popped up. The ones that did, I got to see the pictures on my app. They didn't look like they're worth going. There's only like 3 extras that I could have gone to that I hadn't hit up on Friday. So I just didn't even go garage selling today. I think it's that time of year where they're starting to kind of dwindle off. But probably in the next month and a half, at some point, there's going to be more neighborhood sales. So hopefully I'll get a nice rush of more stuff to buy. And then when winter comes, I'm not sure what's going to happen because the thrifting around here is not too good. So anyway, I did find good stuff though. Okay, I'll start with this. This was actually from the second sale where I actually bought something, but I'll show it to you first because it's not the best thing I picked up. It was like a Rummage sale for some type of charity or something. But this is still new sealed. It's a Microsoft Wireless Notebook Optical Mouse 3000. It was $6, which was a little high. Actually, it was a lot high, but oh well, there's still some money there. I went to the sale because they had furniture in the picture. When I showed up, it was already sold because I got there kind of late. I kind of figured it was, but oh well. But anyway, I looked this up. I probably should have passed on it, but there's still some money there, and it's going to be really easy to send out. I paid $6, and it seems like they sell for somewhere around $20 to $25 plus shipping, so maybe $30 with free shipping, or like $23 with plus shipping, somewhere around there. So not like super great. I'm probably going to make $15 off of it, so that's why I probably should have passed, but oh well, it's not too bad. Okay, and that was up in a town 30 miles away, and but closer to home, I hit up all the sales that were listed that I can find, like through Craigslist and the app and on Facebook. I didn't find anything at all of them until I went to the very last one, and they had pretty good stuff. And it was this kind of like a, it wasn't an apartment, it was a duplex, okay, in kind of the rough part of town, and the sale was around back, so they just had a little dinky sign out front. But I tend to find my best stuff in places that are maybe a little bit run down or a little bit out of the way or like really unsuspecting. Like I've gone to lots and lots of sales this year, hundreds of sales. And when I go to the really nice high-end parts of town, I almost never find anything good. When I go to places that are a little bit run down, there tends to kind of be something maybe pretty good. So you get a feel for where you might find the stuff that looks pretty good. Well, this was one of those sales. It's kind of a rundown area. The duplex itself was okay condition. When I walked around, it was like a basement garage, like around the back side of the building. And it was all like women's clothing and just stuff that I don't know anything about, some decorations and all that. And I was like, okay. But then as soon as I actually get in and I look to the left, these popped out, all right? What I noticed right off the bat was the Harley Davidson right here on the tongue. So I knew these would be pretty good. And man, these things are actually in pretty nice shape. I need to clean them up just a little bit. But they are not too bad. I've never ever found a pair of Harley Davidson boots that are brown. Alright, usually they're always black. So these are pretty interesting. I got the big badge up here. Some scuffing. I've already cleaned them up and put clear wax on, or shoe polish on them to make them look a little better. I'll have to lace them up for pictures. But they're pretty good, great size as well. Men's size 10.5. I think these will sell really well. The problem is that I couldn't find comps. I don't know what they're worth, but they are definitely way more than what I paid. It was interesting. I went Saturday. Apparently, they started their sale Thursday. I didn't know that because when I went in Friday, they said, as soon as I walked in, everything's half off. So I was like, all right, cool. So when I see these, $15. I'm thinking, okay, it's only $7.50. That's amazing, you know. I've bought lots of Harley Davidson boots before, and usually they're like $10 to $20 at least. So for $7.50, I imagine these are probably $60, $75, somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll have to do some more research and see if I can find some similar. If not, I could probably kind of name my price, but I figure somewhere in that $60 to maybe $75, somewhere around there. Okay, I'm walking around, and I bought those, I paid for them, and I'm walking out, and I see something sitting on a table. I didn't exactly know what it was, and I didn't want to stay in there and look it up, because these I just bought because I knew they're going to be good, but this I had no idea. I'd never seen one before, but I noticed the apple on top. Okay, I thought, interesting, that could be pretty good. So I walk out of the sale, and I get around where they can't see me, and I get on my phone real quick. Actually, I take it back. It's laying on a table, so I kind of look at it real quick. I'm like, what is that thing called? So then I see on here, where did I find that? I thought it said on here somewhere. Well, yeah, okay, so it has a serial number on here. And anyway, I looked that up, and I find out, I think this is an Apple airport, all right? They were asking $10. I looked it up, and this design on the airport, apparently it's a little bit older one. The newer ones are a lot smaller. These are worth really good money. They seem to be going anywhere from like $70 to $90 on eBay. And the lady was only asking $10, and since it's 50% off, I got it for $5. So as soon as I, walked outside, looked it up on my phone, I was like, oh, I got to get that. So I walked back in. I was like, yeah, I was looking at that, and I just can't pass on. That's a pretty good deal. And she's like, yeah, that's a great deal on that. So anyway, she was okay. She sold it to me for $5, and I think at a minimum it's at least 50, but I think it's gonna be way more than that. Probably 60, 70, 80, 90, somewhere around there for this thing. I already plugged it in. It does turn on, so that should be pretty cool. All right, so then I drove around some more. Then that's when I went to the other town and I found this, and I hit up a bunch of sales and just didn't find anything real good. And then I get to a moving sale, and I walk in. It's like a split level house, nothing really good that I was really interested in. And then they had like a staircase that went up to the 3rd level, and they had it kind of baby gated off. I didn't know if you're supposed to go up there, but the guy's like, yeah, we got a couple things up there. So I walk up, and they had a table and chair set for like $350 or something like that. It was like, maxed out. And then they had like a elliptical or something like that. I was like, I've never really sold any of them. So then I just happened to walk into the kitchen, and I see this there. I'm like, whoa, Vitamix. And they had a sticker on there, $150. I thought, okay, I know that last Vitamix I got was like $20, which is an amazing deal. It was a little bit older one, and it sold for like $200 or $225, somewhere around there. And I was thinking, okay, so there's money in this. If I could get it better than that, there's got to be more money. So then I look at it. It's called Vitamix Professional Series 500. So then the guy is dealing with another lady in the house, so he walks out of the kitchen and down the stairs and talks to her in their front living room. So I get my phone real quick. I look this up, the Vitamix Professional Series 500. Boom. These are worth really good money. Okay, I looked it up. There was one that sold just a couple of days ago. It sold for $277 plus $20 and something shipping. So basically just under $300. And they were all going for like between $250 and $300. They're asking $150, so I knew it was a good deal. But they were moving, and it's kind of dirty. They had it, I actually cleaned it up since I picked it up. And anyway, so then the guy walks back up there, and I'm kind of just hitting the switches, trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, well, let me show you how it works. So he plugged it in. He showed me there's a switch underneath you have to turn on. Then you can pull, so you can turn it on to settings and make soup and all that kind of stuff. It works great. And he's like, yeah, we paid $600 for that new, and we're moving. We just don't want to take it with us. And I said, so you're asking $150. Could you do better on that? And he's like, well, that's my wife's bottom on it, but I'd probably do $120. And I said, well, how about $100? And he's like, yeah, I'd take $100. So I gave him 520s, and I walked out of there, and I got an amazing deal. So I think at a bare minimum it would be $250, but I think I'm going to try to ask around $300, maybe like $295 with free shipping, and get somewhere around $260, $270 after shipping, and that should be awesome. So that is probably at least, what would that be? At least $150 profit or more, somewhere around there. So that was a really, really cool find. So definitely worth $100. And I've already cleaned it up. I need to get pictures of it and get this thing listed because I have a lot of money in it. I think it will definitely sell pretty quickly though, so that would be a really, really cool return. And then that was it. Like I said, today I walked around. I was thinking about walking around at garage sales, but nothing good, nothing popped up that looked interesting at all, so I just passed. I didn't find any local stuff. I passed on a bunch of furniture. There was a lot of dressers out there, lots of tables and chairs. Some of them are too high. Some of them needed too much work. Normally I would buy them, but I know lately I've been kind of sitting on stuff longer than I want to, so I'm trying to hold out for this really good stuff, and it just didn't happen this week. So anyway, that's what I picked up. Now what I got to do is, besides take pictures of these, I'm meeting a guy in a few minutes for a bike. So let me show that to you next. Okay, so here is that local sale I was talking about that I need to go meet the guy. And anyway, it's this Schwinn Sidewinder mountain bike, probably from the 90s. I don't know, it's probably 25 years old or something like that. It's a little dirty, but it's in okay-ish condition. It works fine. The brakes work fine. It shifts good, but the wheels are a little bit rusty, as you can see. And I don't know, just needs to be tuned up. The chains may be a little bit rusty. So anyway, I thought I could get maybe 45 or 50 out of it. It didn't happen, so I had it down to 35 bucks. I paid 15 for it at Goodwill, so I'm only going to get 20 bucks out of it. but it's more of one of those, you know, just kind of offloading it now, just being done with it, because I know it's not going to bring in as much as I thought. And anyway, some guy from 2 hours away is interested, so he is driving to come get it. I'm gonna meet him over at the gas station. I have no clue why he's going that far for this particular bike, but hopefully he sees it and is happy with it, and you know, I can get my 20 bucks out of it and just be done, and try to buy a little bit better bikes than this from now on. So anyway, I need to go take it over there. Alright, so the guy did come by and buy the bike. He was trying to get it for a little bit cheaper once he saw it, but I told him, I was like, hey, you know, I've already reduced the price quite a bit. I'd really like to stay where I am. And he decided to pay that. So I didn't quite make as much as I thought I would on it. I thought I'd make another 10, 15 bucks on top of that, but whatever. It sold. I still made some money, so that's fine. Okay, so over the weekend, I did have some eBay sales. I just got paid on this one, so I can show it in the video. But I'll start with kind of the worst one. It's this right here. This is that little Annie, or little orphan Annie doll I got. Is actually in with these. This is those Cabbage Patch dolls. And I got this big container of Cabbage Patch dolls. There was one of these in there. There was, what else was there? There was like these little bodies that you'd stuff to make kind of like knockoff Cabbage Patch dolls. Those sold like immediately as soon as I put them up. So I've done really well. The whole box was only $5. So I decided that, you know, I could just donate this. It's not worth that much, but whatever. I'll sell it and get a few dollars off of it. And anyway, so I have 0 in it, and it sold for $7.50 with free shipping. I already looked up shipping, and it is going to be $3.66. So half my money disappears there, and then I'll also be paying some eBay and PayPal fees. So I'll probably make like $2, $2.50, something like that. So probably not really worth my time listing, but whatever. I get a few dollars off of it, and I guess that's okay. All right, the next item, I'll go with this one right here. So this, I actually bought just for myself, but ended up never using it. This is a Wilton cake pan, but as you can see, it's a van. I thought that was pretty cool. This is from 1978. And basically it's just a Wilton van cake pan. I actually bought it. I was going to make a van-shaped cake for my wife for her birthday, just as, you know, just kind of a dumb thing to do or whatever. It was only $1 at a garage sale, but when I looked it up, just because I was curious when I bought it, I always have to end up looking everything up. It was worth about $20 at the time, and I had it sitting around a while, and I was like, I'm never going to use it. I'll just sell it. So I listed it. And when I put it up, the price had dropped a little bit, and they were down to like $15 to $17. So apparently earlier in the summer, they were a little, or actually probably in the spring, they were worth more money, and they dropped out now. But what was interesting is one of them that sold recently for the most, you know, the highest price, they sold it as a van or a school bus. Now this is the perfect time of the year to do that. So that's what I did in my title. I said, you know, and in my listing, I said, you know, it's a van, but it could be used as a back-to-school themed school bus cake, and that's what did the trick. It sold. So I paid $1, and it sold for $17.95 with free shipping. I looked up shipping, and it is going to be $7.91. So I'll make, after fees and all that, like $8 on it or something like that. So not great, but I never really intended to buy it to flip. I was going to keep it, but I decided to sell it anyway. Okay. Next item, we will go with this right here. We'll get it. You won't be able to see this, so I will have to put up a picture. But this is a Fender Stratocaster guitar controller for the Xbox 360 for, I think, Guitar Hero. And this is the one that's wired. I've noticed that the ones that are wired sell very quickly. The last one I had sold the same day I listed it. Same thing with this. I put it up, within like an hour or two it sold. So these are still pretty popular. I did not have an Xbox 360 to test it whenever I got this one. So I just kind of did, you know, made sure all the buttons worked, the whammy bar worked, everything felt good and tight, and when you shook it, it didn't sound like anything was broken. But there is a chance it may not work. It's not the proper way to sell them, but I had it. And I decided to go ahead and just list it, and then whatever, if they have an issue with it, I'll just refund and take the loss and just whatever. But I think all of them I've sent out so far, guitar-wise, have been good. I have sent out to of the bass drum pedals that go for Guitar Hero and Rock Band and all that. One was good and one wasn't. So far, of all, I sold probably like 5 or 6 different Rock Band and Guitar Hero type instruments, and only one has been bad. So anyway, the problem with this one is I paid a little bit much for it. I paid $7.50, which makes me think this is probably the one that come with the drum set and the drum pedal. So I believe when I sold the drum pedal off, I got most of that $7.50 back. So I probably only actually have a couple of dollars in this one. And anyway, it sold for $39.95 with free shipping. And I looked up shipping, and it was actually pretty good. As you can see, I used 2 priority mailboxes that I kind of sandwiched together, taped them, and stuffed it with some paper. And shipping is only going to be $10.03, so that's not too bad. So that would bring me down to like $29.95, and then I'll still consider $7.50 in it. That brings me down to like $21, $22, and then I'll be paying some fees. I'll probably make like, I don't know, $17 on it, $18. So basically half the money, half the sales price, I'll actually make in profit. So, you know, it's not good. Technically it sold for over $30, but with shipping it dropped it way down. But sometimes you see these at garage sales for like $1. I just happened to pay way too much because I got it at Goodwill. And I'm not sure I would pay that much again for one, but if it's like $1, $2, or $3, I'd probably grab them. And like I said, this was the wired, not the wireless. I have 2 wireless ones for PlayStation, and they are taking a while to sell because those need dongles and that costs more money. This one, you plug it in and you're ready to play. Okay, what next? What's next on the... Okay, we'll go with this. I've had this a while. This is a Nintendo game, still in the box, totally complete, which is interesting. This is Kirby's Adventure. Great game. I remember this from when I was a kid. This is right up there with Mario Brothers in my opinion. It's a really good game. Maybe not quite as good as Mario Brothers, but it's pretty close. It's like the next best thing, I'd say. And very popular. And what was interesting about this one is that it was still in the box. The box is actually in pretty good shape. I've saran wrapped it, but it's totally complete. It is the game, it's the instruction manual, it is the sleeve that says Nintendo on there. It even has a little piece of foam that's on the bottom. It's totally complete. Now I thought this would be worth like a whole lot of money. It was worth really good money, but not as much as I thought. I thought maybe like 60, 70 bucks because it's totally complete. It's more like 40 or $50. By the way, I got this in a box of Nintendo games. I got really late one Sunday night at Goodwill. I showed it a long time ago. I bought this box of Nintendo controllers and zappers and games for 10 bucks. And I pulled all the good stuff out of there, and I called them $1 each, so I'm considering this only $1. And it sold for $49.95 with free shipping. And shipping is not going to be bad at all because it hardly weighs anything. It is going to be $3.82. So that's not bad. I made pretty good money off this. Spent $1, and it was what, $3.82, so that's $4.82. So $5 off of that brings me down to $45. I'll be paying some fees. I'll probably make just under $40 profit on that game. So that's awesome. That's a great flip. Okay. The last thing here, I believe, is this, which I mentioned. This is the, if I can get it open. This is a box of Cabbage Patch dolls. I just have them all boxed up. There's also some accessories. They are all, they're pretty scuzzy. They're not in good condition. I mean, you can see the bag here has stains. The shoes feel kind of sticky from just age. And they're all just kind of dirty and stained, but it didn't matter. Someone out there still wanted them. And anyway, I had like I had someone that bought them in the past, and then he immediately contacted me. He was like, hey, I made this mistake, and I never meant to buy them. I would never pay. I think I had them up to $119. I don't know why I said I would pay $119 for them, but please don't send them. I don't want them. Cancel the order. I'm like, whatever. Okay, I'll do that. So I canceled it, I relisted it, and I dropped the price a little bit to try to get them to move because, like I said, I got this big box, a big tote full of these and all kinds of other stuff for $5. I've already made my $5 back. So whatever I make off these, I just make just whatever. But I figured they're probably worth about $100. So I had it at $119. I dropped it down to $109 with a best offer at... No, I take that back. I had it at $109, then I dropped it down to $99, so basically $100, or best offer of $90. And I had some watchers whenever it was like $109 or something. I probably could have kept it there, but I just wanted to get rid of them. So I had it at $99.95 or best offer plus free shipping. And someone put in an offer of $90. I just took it. I want to be done with it. Get rid of them. They are not in great shape. That's a great price for the condition they're in. I explained. I showed close-up pictures of everything so they know exactly what they're getting. And I have not checked shipping on it yet, but I imagine it won't be too bad. I don't know. I have to look, but I'm imagining around 20 bucks, something like that, which will still be a good flip because they're basically free. I already got my money back, so whatever I make is good. I think I will definitely make over $50 profit. Probably 60 or 70, somewhere around there. But anyway, that was the flips and finds of this week. I do have a couple of people interested in local items. Oh, I forgot to show them on video, but I bought a set of dumbbells on Sunday afternoon. I happened to find a garage sale. These people were moving. I went and checked it out, and they had a couple of hex metal dumbbells, 20 pounds each. And they were asking $6. I bought them for $5. And I've said many times before, metal dumbbells and metal weights in general sell really well, and they can usually go anywhere from 50 to 75 cents per pound. I had two 20s, which is 40 pounds. I put them locally on Facebook Marketplace for $30, and I had a lady that was going to meet me today, and then she got called into work, so she maybe wants to meet later in the week, and now there's another person asking about them, so they are probably going to sell, and because I have multiple people asking about them, I should be able to get my 30 bucks out of it. So make 25 bucks off those dumbbells I picked up just by accident. Just happened to see a garage sale. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, like I said, that is all of the flips and finds of the week. If you like these kinds of videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment of what you think. And then if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that to keep up with more of these videos. So anyway, thanks for checking it out.